Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to Wednesdays. We're going to be doing some dungeon crawling. Just make sure all of this is about where it needs to be. And we will start a new game. So this is Wizardry, Labyrinth of Lost Souls. This was originally released, I think originally released on PS3 a few years ago. It's a pretty fun game. You basically get to create as many of these characters as you wish and have them work as like leaders for your character groups. So the question is, who should we start with? And maybe we'll start with I'm gonna start with an elf, and we'll just give him his default name. I guess we'll give him the typical channel name. There we go. Probably play a good party in general, although it's a good idea often to have one of each. But we'll start out good because it gives us fewer enemies to fight in general. There we go. You see the bonus number there? It respawns every time you hop in and out. So 16 is good. If we can do 17 or better, we'll take that. This is the old Wizardry shuffle. You gotta get those starting stats somewhere decent. There we go, 19. Alright. And we'll pop in some intelligence. We'll pop in a bunch of vitality, some good luck, and then we'll just top off intelligence. These stats will change over the course of the game, so it won't be too difficult. Hopefully most of them will increase. The mage is going to use a staff weapon, learn combat magic, use magic in combat, and have a magic boost capability. I pushed the wrong name. Oh, come on! Oh no. I lost my 19. Son of a... I thought I confirmed it. Oh, that's annoying. Wizardry games have always tried to make it a little harder for the player to spam it like this. But, it's worth the time. Okay, do this one more time. Class, intelligence. One thing you'll notice is that if you're a fan of old-style wizardry, in old-style wizardry, 11 intelligence got you mage, but in this one you need to get up to 12, so that's worth remembering. And we don't want to just have, like, base-level intelligence. We want the spell points. Okay, now we can register here. And we have entered into the world of the Labyrinth of Lost Souls. A metropolis, bursting with people and shops, sprawls before you this great city of seekers. The home of those who call themselves adventurers, Itox. It's funny that that name Seekers comes up a lot. Like in a whole bunch of good old-fashioned fantasy games and stories. People throng the streets, their calls and chatter fill the air. They vary greatly in garb, profession, and race, but are all united by a shared dream of glory and riches. There are a few dungeons around here. Ideal place to study local vegetation. But in order to fund my research, I need cash. True love is botany and the study of fungi. He started adventuring to fund his research. So there's our first character. What we can do is we can head over to the... Is it the inn or the guild in this game? It's probably the guild. So what we're going to do is we're going to register some characters. Let's see. We can't do random names for this one, huh? I don't know. I'm bad at this. Probably should have thought of something before the stream, huh? be a good name? We're gonna do probably, what, 3 fighters, a cleric, and a thief? Something like that? We'll have a neutral thief to start, which is a little bit of a disadvantage, but not terrible. Okay, so we're limited to 6 characters. Good to know. Yeah, we're gonna aim for good bonuses here. So once I came up with a name... So what you'll notice is that the characters that you create are color swaps of the ones that are available as, like, what would you call them? Like, main characters. So instead of the red-haired human male, we have a blonde, or auburn, I guess. And instead of a red-haired human female, we have a silver-haired lady. We'll start with a dwarf. Good. Again, 12 points needed to make it to a base class, which is a little unusual. In general, this game plays along with the old-school Wizardry rules, but... yeah, there we go. We're gonna want that strength, vitality, and luck. And hopefully we'll make it up to, like, Samurai or Lord at some point relatively soon. Fighters get a trick attack, which is kind of a nice ability. But there we go. I think. Yeah. Okay. Again, we're gonna want them points. It's interesting that the distribution of points that you get doesn't appear to be like some kind of like standard normal distribution. You get a lot of 7s and 6s, and you get like no 12s, 13s, 14s, but every once in a while you'll get handed, you know, something outrageous like a 17 or an 18. Like there's our 17. We'll do a human female fighter maybe? Human female fighter, good. There we go. That's 2. We'll get 1 more. Hello, V. How's it going? Oh, I think I must have forgot today. Yeah, I went on to mines, but I didn't think I was making dinner at the same time, so I just forgot to actually put up a post. Come on, we need one of those good rolls for bonus points. we're having some bad luck right now. Oh, come on, game. Give me something I can use. We had such good luck early on. I was getting 17s and 18s all over the place. 16's good enough. I don't know. Then we just need... Oh, bonus 20! Holy cow! We'll make that our cleric. Let's see. Maybe the gnome? Gnomes have better intelligence than piety. Oh, but they actually have the best piety, too. So there's that. We're gonna boost that vitality up a bit. Now we could go bishop, but bishops gain levels really slow. So we're gonna start out with priests until we get get some sense for ourselves. We won't be dealing with too much identification, so it should be alright. Hopefully. We'll see. We can always change classes. We need one more good bonus. 20! Perfect. Just fits is fine. Porkloo? Porkloo is the fake race that Wizardry made up, that Wizardry in Japan made up, because I think they weren't allowed to use Halfling or Hobbit. But what we'll do is we'll bring... Oh, I made him good. That's a problem. There we go. We're going to want that high agility and luck. We're going to want a good amount of vitality as well. Everything else is secondary. Oh, by the way, you can see that this game only has the 8 base classes from Wizardry 1 through 5. So it's a little bit of a weird animal, because Wizardry had way more classes than this by the time this game was produced. But Japan seems to love the original Wizardry formula, so... Alright. Change party. There actually are people, like, originally made up. What we're going to do is we're going to move our party of people up. There's our people. And I'm pretty sure... Reorder party, there it is. This game's a little weird too, in that the front line is on the left and the back line is on the right. Whatever kind of sense that makes. So everybody starts out with some basic equipment. And they're even equipped with it too. Green text or blue-green text means equipped. I think white means unequipped. Now what we probably don't have is a lot of cash. Yeah, we have 92 gold. Oh, we have individual gold, too. That's another weird quirk of Wizardry, but it doesn't make that much of an effect on us. So we can chat with shopkeepers. No need to tell me your names. If you survive more than a few days, I'll remember you. And if you don't, why bother? Not particularly helpful. That's okay. What we can do is we can pool gold. And we can say, okay, yeah, it'd be great to afford some short swords, but they're ridiculously overpriced. So we're going to need to get some cash before we can actually upgrade our equipment at all. I think the first thing to do is to head to the palace. No, we don't have anything to report yet. That's okay. Check the quest board. Defeat the monsters. Monsters have escaped from the dungeon and are causing trouble around town. Thin out the kobold population. Simple test. Take care of some kobolds. Started coming out of the dungeons. Go into the Dungeon of Trials. And take them out. Bring 3 dirty daggers. 2,000 gold. Not bad. We can talk to the barkeep. No need to tell me your personal history. You're either an adventurer or trying to make a living as one. We mediate job arrangements. There's also trades that can be made. We don't have anything that's tradable at this point, so it's kind of a lost cause for the moment. We can own an inn, relieve fatigue of body and mind, or stay in the stable to restore magic. So this is another goofy thing that Wizardry does, is that they have like rooms that cost money, and then they have the stable. But as long as you have at least one healing caster in the party, you can just recover magic and use magic to heal people for free. Now, it's worth noting that in this game, characters don't have ages. In the early Wizardry games, like Wizardry 1 through 5, characters had ages. And so if they rested too long, they would get old and they would eventually die of old age. Not so great. This game, you don't have to worry about that at least, but you still have the option to recover health by magic rather than in. So, time for us to head to the Dungeon of Trials. There are 3 different dungeons to play in this game, and they have varying difficulty levels. Dungeons of Trials is the easy one to start. You can kind of see a few things here. What we don't have at this moment is any way to tell where we are in the dungeon. One gold, but we got an item. Map of Sheen's dungeon, 1st floor through 3rd floor. So we're going to be aiming for items like that in general. There's a map for Trials Top, so we'll grab one of those. Cheaper than I thought it was. But with that, I'm pretty sure... Do I have to use it? No, there it is. It's the X button. Now we actually have a map that we can use. Yes, maps can wrap. This is the standard Wizardry 20 by 20 map style. Actually, move the message speed up. And yes, it is supposed to be pretty dark. There are light spells that can make it so that it's easier to operate, but the game is supposed to be pretty dark. Wow, they got a lot of hit points. Let's try a sleep field.
これでよろしかろ?
Now, it's worth noting that 104 experience points and the gold amounts are per character. So, it's actually a factor of 6 more than that. The sounds are a little loud. I'll probably have to turn those down a bit. Something like that might be a little better. We'll have to tweak it a little bit as we play. Oh, check that out. You gotta be very careful not to get lost. The other thing about Wizardry that's kind of weird is that you need to rest in order to gain a level as well. Nobody's gained a level yet, but that's okay. These first few expeditions are usually pretty short because you just gotta play it pretty safe or you end up dying. Wow, that's a lot of them. If you surprise enemies, everybody gets a chance to fight, but you can't cast any spells that first turn. We'll sleep field them.
これでよろしかろ?
The interesting thing about sleep as a status effect is that, how to explain it? Generally speaking, your damage is mitigated by the defense power of an enemy or an enemy's armor. In sleep conditions, the armor is bypassed, so you do more damage in general. We've got doors that can be locked. What's the button for that? There it is. The door is controlled elsewhere. Aha. Here's our first dark spot. Be not afraid of the all-encompassing darkness. Steel yourself and continue forward. As you can see, it kind of sort of works. It even shows up on the map as a special color of space. Oh wow, they're still really loud. Maybe there? They're still really loud. What if I turn them all the way down? Does it go away, or is it bugged? Okay, it isn't bugged. That's at least something. Maybe 20? Yeah, that'll work. OBS says that's not too offensively loud. Our first bit of actual damage. Ooh, an unknown plate received. Well, since we're out of most magic pretty much, may as well... head back to town. Hello, hello, Namelix, how's it going? Let's check this plate out. It's expensive. We can't afford to... we can't afford to identify it. Alright, that's interesting. See, that's the downside with a 3-fighter party. I'm pretty good, Enjoying getting back into some old school dungeon crawling for a little while. Because what you can do is you can put the cleric in the front line, and then have a bishop, thief, mage in the rear. This is my first time playing this version. No, I have this game on PS3, so I played it quite a bit when it came out. We're close to leveling up the fighters. I guess this is my first time playing this version on PC. What's my party makeup? Right now, we're level 1, we just started, so 3 fighters, cleric, thief, mage. Your generic hybrid good neutral party. Play this was on 8-bit Nintendo. No graphics. Yeah, I mean, I had Wizardry 2, Knight of Diamonds on NES back in the day. I got that for Christmas one year. My family looked at me funny. So, this is actually something I forgot. Apparently in this game we gain levels in the dungeon. Receive strength, piety, vitality, agility, and luck. Really good level up. HP raised by 17. Knight of Diamonds. Have they remade that one yet? No, they only made... They did the remake of Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, but they haven't done Knight of Diamonds yet. Yeah, it sucks that all of the... So many versions of Wizardry have these ridiculous bugs in them that make them tougher to play, if not annoying. Yeah, well, I mean, the remake of Proving Grounds looks pretty good, so, you know, if I hadn't played Proving Grounds to death already, I probably would have picked that up, but I haven't picked it up yet. Waiting for a sale kind of thing. But yeah, Knight of Diamonds is really good stuff. And apparently... Yeah. Okay, so this is fascinating too. In general, the Thief is the fastest leveling class, but apparently not in this game. It is slower leveling than any of the other base classes. So that's something I totally forgot about since the last time I played this. No, this is Labyrinth of Lost Souls. This is the one that... Wizardry is weird, because it became so huge in Japan that there are more Japanese-based Wizardry games than there are, you know, Western-based ones. And that's... I don't know, I saw a really unflattering review of Knight of Diamonds in some gaming magazine when I was a kid, and I begged my parents for it for Christmas. And then you find out that you start playing the game and friggin' armor class doesn't work, or whatever. No, I've looked into the updated Proving Grounds on PC, but I haven't played it yet. Finally levels up. I gotta turn that down some more. Get on it, lol. Yeah, I should. It's one of those things where I've played the hell out of Proving Grounds, and so like I felt like my time would be better spent playing other dungeon crawlers. I've got so many of them in the queue. Oh, finally, a wooden treasure chest. That's what the Thief is for. But it has graphics now. That's true. Stone toss. Disarmed? Nothing in the chest. Yeah, I'll have to pick it up one of these days and give it a run. Well, that's how Wizardry is. They try to screw you up with the chest as much as possible. It is natural in this game. Now, I'm being a little haphazard about running into walls in darkness in this level. This game has electrified walls in later levels, so we're going to have to be more careful later on. But right now, we're not in too big of a danger. Yes, they're called bishops in this one, but they can do identification. I didn't get one to start because I thought we would pick one up a little later, do it through a class change of one of my other magic users, but I couldn't remember, because some Wizardry games don't have too much crazy identification to do early on. But this one seems to be pretty hefty insofar as identification goes. I got a plate mail early on that I can't even afford to check out, which is pretty funny, but that's the way it goes. Oh, a feint. Nice. Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely need one eventually, but they level up so damn slow. And I'm hoping I can kind of get away without one for a little while. I don't know, sometimes these games can be fun when you're not quite min-maxed, you know? I almost always put a bishop in the party, but thought it might be fun to try running without one for a little bit and see what happens. See how bad it is. You go a little further down, huh? Let's go check out some of our inventory. Oh, jeez. See, the thing about identification, right? About appraisal, is that I can kind of guess what some of these things are based on how much it costs to identify them, right? Like I think it's half as much as the actual... I think it's the selling cost, just half the buying cost. So that plate looks like it's probably a leather vest. Is that true? Yeah, it's a leather vest. And then what kind of weapon costs 100 gold? Well, that's a staff. So unless we have someone that really wants a staff, we can just sell those. You can't sell unappraised items. Are you kidding me? It's always a dirty dagger. That's a quest item. My mistake. There's a tonic. Other stuff we can't really afford at the moment. That's alright. We'll hang on to those. I guess I could go to the guild. I mean, she could go bishop, but the problem with her going bishop is that her spell gains become really, really slow. And we're going to want that healing. So we'll leave it alone for now. Fortunately, they offer us areas to put things away for the moment. Let's see, that leather vest, someone's going to use that. Defense 8, accuracy 2, dodge 1. So the robe's actually better for dodging. It just doesn't do any damage mitigation. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll spread those tonics out, too. We'll finish exploring floor 1 now. How do you log out of the game? I think you can just go to town and save. And then as long as you're saved, you can just basically... hold on. I think I'll demonstrate it. Give me a second. Gotta kill these guys first. Yeah, he's dodging less. Good. You started up your game and escape doesn't do anything. Oh, goodness. Yeah, hold on. We'll get there in just a sec. They threw like 20 enemies at us. Soon we'll get skills. That'll help us clear these guys out a little faster. So what you can do is you can hit return to title. For my controller, it's the Y button. It's the button that gets me my party thing. And you can always return to title and start back up. So I'll just save, right? But then I'll return to title. Be careful. The game doesn't autosave like early Wizardries love to. But then you can exit here, or you can continue. You choose the character that you want to start with, and it'll load you back in. So yes, you can just save and quit in the middle of a dungeon. Fortunately. You know, we didn't explore that little area, did we? Right over here. Yeah, we missed this area. So, Out of curiosity. If I save and then return to title, there's actually a... Let me check this too for you real quick. So there's settings at the title screen that allow you to customize your keyboard settings as well, in case you happen to be using one. And camp would be S by default. I don't know if you've changed it or not. You have 26 hours playing a lot of gold. Well, that's good. I mean, you know. I mean, the cool thing about the Japanese Wizardry games is that they added additional features of things to do with your gold. So you can go to the temple in this game and you can spend gold to get experience points, 1 for 1. And so if you have a character that's kind of lagging behind in stats or whatever, you can level them up a bit. Or if someone dies and they lose a bunch of experience because you're carrying their corpse back to the city, you can get that experience back from them. Ooh, that was a good hit on Damon there. Let's not, let's give them a sleep field. Yeah, we'll do more damage with them asleep. Oh, nope, let's not overuse spells. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely start the game out with the bishop, and I actually kind of recommend it. It makes the game a lot easier. But at the same time, I thought it would be fun to try it without it for a bit. And yes, I have discovered that it is indeed quite a nuisance. Yeah, this level is really reminiscent of the first level in Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, too. You get this big ol'... If Iron Hand tries to sell you a magic compass, don't buy it. It doesn't work. Last words of KB. Oh. What's going on here? Okay, no, it's nothing magical. Just... Fitz noticed something. Okay, so that's a cool feature of this game, is that your thief will often notice things. And what does that mean? It means you can search for, say, secret doors. There's a hidden door, for instance. It doesn't seem like it's a particularly helpful hidden door. It just gets me back out here, but again... Oh, they surprised us. Strength, intelligence, piety, new spell, HP, intelligence, lost vitality. That's a... I have no idea why my party has a bishop in it. I mean, to identify things in general. What you can do if you want to, there's a trick you can do, which is you can just generate a bishop, and then you can just dump all of your appraisable items onto the bishop and leave them in the town. Because unfortunately, bishop's appraising ability, it depends on the game. Some games the bishop needs to be of an appropriate level to appraise certain items, but I don't think that's true in this one. I think your bishop can just identify everything starting out early, with no ill effects. I don't know, I could be wrong about that. I mean, in later Wizardry games, they fixed that by making item identification a skill that was available for everybody, but it would consume a lot of your skill points to get good at it. There's so many of them.
このままか。
ここまでダメージを。
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever played Wizardry 6 and 7 and 8, but they made things more complicated, but in some ways they did improve the gameplay, I think. You know, sometimes you want to play a simple dungeon crawler, but sometimes you want a little bit more variety. Whoa, that's a good hit. Alright. Can I do a healing touch? Don't do another healing touch. There we go. The fainted is nice. It means that you're going to do maximum damage with your weapons. Lost strength, received intelligence, received vitality, received agility. Luck, HP. Not bad. Actually, we're running out of spells. Points maxed out. We can throw everybody into the stables. Okay, get our spells back now. If I go to the guild, I can create a character that is a bishop pretty easily. We'll get some good bonus points for them. Yeah, everybody loves the stables. How many wizardries did they make? So, there was 1 through 3. 4 was a weird wizardry game because you played as Wordna, and you kind of were like playing as a reverse wizardry game. Then there was 5, Heart of the Maelstrom, which started to add some new gameplay mechanics to wizardry. Then 6 and 7 came out, and they had a whole new class and race system, and like a skill system involved that were very different. And 8 shared that too, so there were 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those were the ones that were made, you know, in the West by Surtech, basically. But then you have a bunch of copycats over in Japan. You have the Wizardry Gaiden series, of which there were at least 4. Most of them were for Game Boy, unbelievably enough. You had... Goodness. You had... Then you had the Wizardry... Oh, gosh. You had 2 Wizardry games for PS2. Wizardry Bushin came out. Those were... The first one came out in America, too. The second one was Japan only. Then there were a bunch of PlayStation Wizardry games in Japan only. Those were made by a company called Starfish, which they one of these companies did something ridiculous. They thought that they bought the rights to the Wizardry name in Japan, but they didn't. They bought it from the wrong person. And so, like, they made a bunch of games that had the Wizardry name and logo on them in Japan, and then there was a whole bunch of legal nonsense. And then they had to change the names of their games from there out. So they made these Wizardry games for PlayStation, and a couple for PS2, but then they changed over to, what did they call it? It was the predecessor to Class of Heroes, actually. They were Wizardry games in all but name. Only you played as, like, students of, like, a wizard, like an adventurer school. I have a couple of those on PS2. The company Starfish stopped using the Wizardry name, or maybe they never used it. Maybe they used something else, I forget. I think they used the Wizardry name for PS1. But now they make the Elmanage series, which is a pretty good Wizardry-like dungeon crawler. You had... God, there's so many of them in Japan, it's ridiculous. Wizardry Gaiden 4 for the Super Nintendo was really good. It's, what's what called? So there's the company Starfish made Elmanage and Elmanage Gothic, and then, hold on, let me go find my copy of it real quick. This will take just a second. Elmanage, E-L-M-I-N-A-G-E. Starfish makes that series now. But the ones that they made for PS2 was when they were a company called Microsoft. And those are Wizardry Ekusu, or Zith is the way that it's often transliterated or translated into English. They made the Zith games, XTH, and those are like New Tokyo Legacy, Project Babel or something like that, is Starfish on Steam as a seller. They're not a direct seller, but they are, their games are distributed by others. You can get Elmanage Gothic and Elmanage Original from Starfish on Steam. Pretty sure. So here's our bishop. Does anyone have... So what we'll do is we'll change our party. We'll take out the thief for a moment. And we'll put Hodge, the bishop, in. And we'll grab our items. Nobody else has anything that needs identification. But he can appraise. So just to just to kind of illustrate for anyone watching now or later, if we go to the item shop and we want to appraise these items, 7,100 gold, 2,350 gold, 850 gold to identify. And you have to identify them before you can even sell them. And even worse, what we'll do is we'll identify this plate, which should be another leather thing. We'll spend the money, right? So there's our leather vest. If we choose to sell it, it's only worth 850, so you literally make nothing from loot unless you have a bishop. In fact, you lose from loot if you happen to use any of it. Very inefficient way to run the game. However, with the bishop, yeah, he can get fear. We can treat him for fear for 1 gold. There you go, we successfully appraised the moon buckler. And then we successfully appraised a sling. Now you'd think that the sling wouldn't cost that much, but the reason that the sling costs so much is because it is... well, shoot. We'll just give all this stuff to Pharos for the moment. Because what we'll do is we'll pop Hodge back out of the party and pop the thief back in. Fitz. We'll also reorder him up. So we remember he's a... There we go. So the reason slings are so ridiculously expensive in this game is because they have long range. And so Fitz, for instance, can equip... We can look up item information, thankfully. But the priest can use it, the thief can use it, and a bishop can use it. We'll give it to the thief. Now the thief can attack during the fight, as long as he's in the rear ranks. We'll keep a weapon. Well, it doesn't make a difference, does it? Yeah, ranged weapons. Not a thing in early Wizardry, but did become a thing in Wizardry 5. The other things we got are a moon buckler, which is a pretty good item, actually. And another leather vest. So we'll give that leather vest to Damon, since he's taking the most damage. And I guess we'll give him the moon buckler, too. There we go. So that is our first ranged weapon. I did that because I figured it'd be fun to show how good it is to have a bishop in the party. But we'll play without the bishop for a little while. Let's see, we still need to explore that vertical area in the middle. Big wide hallway. Is this lock pickable? Nope, it is a control lock. If iron hand... Oh, we've seen that already. What about this door? Magically sealed. And so if I try to pick the lock, it'll just tell me controlled elsewhere. There's a message carved into the door. There's some doors that are not meant to be opened. Well, that one isn't one of them. That one is. There's a signpost driven into the ground. Novice adventurers beware, do not enter. Oh yeah, Wizardry the Five Ordeals is another one that is up on Steam recently. That was, up until very recently, a Japan-only game for PC that they finally brought over to the West in... the base game comes with 5 different scenarios to play through. It's a pretty standard, basic wizardry game. Exit has the kid carved into the door. It's pretty good. I have it. It's got a lot of cool stuff to do in the dungeons, and a lot of one-way traps where you go somewhere and then you find out that you can't get out the way you came in. Very fun. Not only are there DLCs, but there should be player-made scenarios too. It has a scenario editor, so you can make your own wizardry scenarios for that game, I believe. What's this? Is this a... No. Oh, we got a couple of goblins to deal with. Yeah, if you like Wizardry, you'll like Five Ordeals. It's fun stuff. It was one of those games that I tried to port over from a Japanese version just to play it, and as I did that, I discovered on Steam that they had localized it. Yeah, it's been on Steam for a while, but it's an old it's a remake of a much older game that was only available in Japan. And on Steam, it was only in Japanese for a long time. It was a while before they released an English version. It should be in their patch list, actually, if you look at that. They'll be like, finally, English version of game. Which was originally very, very rough. But they got it eventually. Ooh, a treasure chest. No trap, claims the thief. Well, we'll have someone with a lot of hit points open it. No trap, but nothing inside. So you can see the skull hanging in the air. That's a boss fight. You'll have to forgive me. I'm old, and so whenever I talk about games, anything that came out in the last 10 years is new. Okay, so we got the south half of the level cleared. Now it's time to head to the north half. Yeah, the way that I originally heard about the Five Ordeals game was because there was someone who did a playthrough of it over on... Oh, what's that website called? Like the really old Japanese YouTube, Nico Nico. And they did a playthrough of that game where all the characters were named after and modeled after Toho characters. lot of glass cannons in that run. And so that was from a long time ago. And then when I found out that there was a remake of 5 Ordeals coming to Steam, I was like, cool. And then they were like, Japan only, or Japanese language only. And I was like, ugh. And then they finally released an English translation. Old. I will turn 42 this year. Ooh, poison needle. Disarmed successfully. Got a scroll. And there's our path down to basement 2. I wish I was old. I mean, I'm old for people that are on, for a lot of people that are on Twitch. I get that a lot, so certainly there are older people. Oh, kobolds move up. Twitch does kind of suck, honestly. I don't know. Magic Drain? I'm not sure I believe that. Oh, it was a Magic Drain trap. But we got some items. How much magic did we lose? Okay, so it takes away 1 point per level, which isn't terrible. Found this news. Wizardry 5 Ordeals heading to Switch. Oh, that's fantastic. September 24. So it should already be out, but maybe it got delayed or something. I mean, it's always nice to see these games get a little bit more appearance on a wider audience. But at the same time, you know, they are a very niche game. Okay, now we're on this part of the map. A couple of orcs. So one of the things they don't do in this game is they don't blur out the enemy portraits when the enemies are unknown, which they used to do in the old NES Wizardries and stuff. They decided to just give up on that. It's weird when those mechanics only partially exist. It's like, it's an orc. I can see that it's an orc. Try a spell on these guys. Ooh, about 50 damage. The game will release on January 30th, 2025. Actually read the article, yeah. Investigate poison gas. Oh, that's a tough one. But it was disarmed. Nothing inside the chest. Well, that means at the end of the month, people on Switch can pick up some wizardry goodness. It's good that it was successful enough that they were able to make a port. Gotta remember to save. Will they let us do anything at the palace yet? No. Let's see. Magic torch, not bad. Shoes. Now that dagger is worth 100. And in fact, a regular dagger is worth 200, so that's probably just a dagger. And the scroll we probably don't need to identify immediately either. You know, the one thing I really miss from Wizardry 6 and 7 is the chest untrapping mechanics from that game. That was fun. Nobody else has ever done it. It's very strange to me. '59 Studio makes ordeals, and I can't find those. Too many '59 studios. Yeah, it's. Well, I guess I don't know for sure. You know, the old version of 5 Ordeals was made by some tiny little Japanese company that's like one guy or something like that. You know, it was a Wizardry clone, not a real Wizardry game, I think. But yeah, the group that's handling it now and translating it and all that stuff, they're a little bigger, but they're still really small. And then there's also the fact that Steam is really bad about like company names. Like one company that makes some good dungeon crawlers is called Experience Inc. They did Stranger of Sword City, Undernaut's Labyrinth of Yomi, a couple of other games. And they're on Steam listed as like 2 different companies sometimes. It's very weird. A ring and a weapon. Google 59 Studio and see what I mean. Hold on, give me a second here. Let's try it. 59 Studio. Oh yeah, multi-award-winning studio based in London and New York. Lifestyle boutique that offers multi-brand tableware. But if I type in Wizardry after that, or since I can't type, I typed in Wizardy, I got 59 Studio, video game company Japan, list of games developed by 59 Studio, Wizardry Japanese franchise outlook from Hardcore Gaming 101. So, yeah, you got to Google food a little bit for generic as hell names like that, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Ooh. Little hallway here. There we go. The funny thing is that like unofficial / official Wizardry game that I was talking about, Wizardry Zith Academy of Frontier on PS2. That game is made by a company called Microsoft, and I'm pretty sure that there's also a second company named Microsoft in Japan that was known for like Microsoft Bimbos or something like that. BINBOWS. Like as a Windows parody, but I don't think it's the same Microsoft. I think it's a different group too. So that like it's so bad that there's even multiple Microsoft companies in Japan at a given time. Okay, we have almost got this level cleared. That just one big room. Do you buy the level maps at all? I do buy the level maps because it enables you to do this. I mean, you can play the game totally old school and do all the mapping on graph paper, but for the purposes of streaming, I usually try to avoid doing something that slow on a stream. Oh, this door is locked. This one we might actually be able to pick. Failed. Try again. Success. Typical wizardry nonsense. Oh, we found a control switch. Operate. Always pull switches in this game. Well, no, I mean, like, there are some like wizardry style games that have like switch puzzles, and so like you don't want to necessarily pull a switch until you kind of have an idea of what it's going to do. Or they'll have switch traps, right? Like you pull the switch and it puts you to shoot down a level or something like that. So in some wizardry games, you have to be pretty careful about that. But as far as I know, in this one, it's pretty safe, thankfully. Alright, this corner is done. We just have one more corner of the level to examine. So let's go do that. This is another one-way door that goes back to the dark zone. Fair enough, game. Whatever you say. Fitz noticed something. A hidden door? Oh yeah. It's a hidden door that gets me out to an earlier area in the level that I've already been to. I guess they're just demonstrating it. Suddenly attacks. Ooh, they surprised us.
まだ大丈夫。
耐えてみせねえな。
Alright. Training you to use the skill. Yeah, exactly. this Dungeon of Trials is kind of a training dungeon, so... Oh, our fighter's leveled up. Strength, intelligence, piety, vitality, agility, luck. Strength, intelligence, piety, vitality, agility, luck. Lost intelligence. Got a couple others. Oh, we've got some dark zones here to deal with. Does it look safe? It looks like it's probably safe. Oh, look at this. A treasure chest. Found a chest. Investigate. Poison needle. Disarmed. And we got a tool. Okay, nothing too special about that dark zone there. We'll continue to explore. Pharos noticed something. Just a wall. Hidden door. Okay, we'll check that out once we explore this room. How about that? There's a two-way door on the south side of this chunk of the level that technically I guess you could use if you wanted. What number is this game in the Wizardry series? This game came out... I want to say it came out in like the mid-2010s. It's not really any number in the Wizardry series. In Japan, they decided that they weren't making use of the licenses they had for the Wizardry series. And so... they said they were going to do this thing called Wizardry Renaissance. And what that ended up doing was they created two games that came out on the PS3 that were Wizardry games. There's this one, Labyrinth of Lost Souls, and then if I go look at my PS3 copy of the Japanese version of the other one, it's like... hold on, let me check it out. So yeah, Labyrinth of Lost Souls came out on PS3 in Japan and America, but then, oh god, it's in kanji. I can't remember the translation offhand. Shoot. I started importing games back in the PS3 era, and then I back purchased a bunch of games when I got a Japanese PS2. Wareshi no Machi. It's the town of something. Let me look it up real quick. I can look up the translation, I'm sure. Wizardry PS3 town. Town of Imprisoned Spirits. No wonder I don't know those kanji. But yeah, when I found out that there was a sequel to this game on PS3, I was like, well, I have to import that, because why wouldn't I do that? Especially since PS3 is not region locked, so... I've played it a bit. It's kind of cool because it has some of the additional races from Wizardry 6 and 7. But these games came out in Japan in 2011, 2009 through 2011. So they're kind of their own thing, honestly. All right, one more little room to look through. Who makes that game? That game, the company that made the game is called a.k.a. A-C-Q-U-I-R-E. They're bigger in Japan than they are in the US, but they do have some US releases. Yeah, they were supposed to be doing like a Wizardry Renaissance, and it came out to 2 games, which I guess is better than 0. Alright, cleric levels, lost strength. New spells, too. Damon noticed something. A hidden door. The most recent release by a.k.a, I believe, is Labyrinth of Zangetsu, as far as dungeon crawlers go, which I picked up a while back, and it's pretty good, but the magic system in it is very limited. One of the cool things about Wizardry as a series is that it has a lot of utility spells. You know, your low Milwas, your Maporfix, your stuff like that. And unfortunately, Labyrinth of Zangetsu doesn't have any utility spells. It's all combat-based. Although the art style is really cool. It's kind of got like a Japanese ink block style kind of art going on, which is pretty neat. Alright, we have explored this level completely. Yeah, right now the 3 companies that are making Wizardry-style games are, well, I guess a.k.a.'s not really in the business anymore, but like, you've got Starfish and you've got, I mean, I guess they made Labyrinth of Zangetsu, so, you know, you got Starfish, you've got a.k.a, and you've got Experience Inc. Those are the 3 big ones in Japan. And there's, of course, small ones like Studio 59 as well. It's one of those weird things, like, it's just super popular in Japan. Like, in a way that you would never expect. But it totally is. Like, Ultima was like that, too. Like, there was Ultima... So Ultima 1 for the NES was actually Ultima 3, Exodus. And then Ultima 2... Yeah, they do know good games. That is definitely an element of that. But they really like that kind of old school CRPG like aesthetic too, and so they just make stuff with that aesthetic a lot, which I appreciate because I like it too. We should have praised this plate. It's probably another leather thingy. Yeah, it is. That ring's a little expensive. That's okay, we'll deal with it later. Yeah, good talking to you. Thanks for dropping by. I'll be playing this on Wednesdays at about this time for a while, so if you happen to be kicking around and you want to hang out, feel free. See you later. Have a good night. Millie's still wearing a robe. Let's give her a leather vest. Yeah, she's the only one that hasn't improved her equipment yet. No, not use. That's a quest item, technically. So is that. Another interesting thing about this game is that there's additional bits of equipment that aren't in typical Wizardry games, like shoes. But hell, he's wearing shoes. I totally missed that. Can I give them to someone? Is anyone shoeless in this party? No, everybody has shoes. Okay. That's funny. Worth mentioning, one minor issue with this game is that the quest things don't tell you exactly what the quest is. Like, technically, the completion requirement for this quest is 3 dirty daggers, and there's no way to see that again. So you may want to write that down if you're playing it. Well, let's head to level 2 and see what we can do. Ooh, a sword. Well, we'll have to figure out what it is later. Oh, and thanks for the follow. You might be gone already, but I figured I'd say thanks because I just noticed it. I'm not very good at watching Twitch notifications sometimes. see. 1851 experience points for my fighters. 2,300 for my bishop. 2,900 for the thief, and 2,391 for the mage. Yeah, leveling starts to slow down pretty fast. Let's see. So my map still works. Okay, that's not too much worse. I guess it didn't get a chance to attack us. 1 damage, nothing too crazy. Magically sealed door there. More were-rats, but they're level 6. Yeah, enemy level does affect how many hit points they have and stuff like that, so it's good to pay a little attention to it. Alright, free turn. When they're level 1, they are weaklings. But so are we.
No 闘志を持って
13 damage. We'll let him take a little more before we bring out the big guns, but still. Spread those attacks out a bit if I can. 14 gold and an iron treasure chest. Desperate strike. Disarmed. Dagger. Interesting. We're going to want to find the switch for that door sooner rather than later. What a strange room. Okay. Ah, undead kobolds. Ooh, an exercise option. Let's try a flame field on these orcs. So selection memory only lasts for the same battle. Okay, fully explored this room. I hope this isn't a one-way door. It's not. Good. Wait, did it? Oh wait, this just brings me back here. How about that? Okay, we'll try this direction. No way, it's just a dead end. Okay, alright. Fair enough, game. Ah, goblin priests. These guys are new. Let's see what they got.
ノブさん、靴の闘志を持って。えい。
So we got 0 experience and 0 gold for that fight. In the early Wizardry games, you would still get gold if enemies fled. But not in this one. Got a free shot on some vampire bats. I don't know, we probably shouldn't press our luck too much more. Empty chest. Wait, did we get teleported? Check this out. No? Okay, I thought that we already checked this area, but I guess not. 2 groups. We'll flame field the slimes. Oh, look at that! Half damage! Lovely slimes are strong against fire. Grave mist again. All right. We'll use the inn a little bit. Just for fun. Okay. Sword, tool, dagger, staff. It's nice to have decently sized inventories in this game, as opposed to, like, you know, 8 items including equipped. Let's see, what can we do here? Tonics. Oh, an improved dagger of some sort. Oh, see, that's where things get interesting. Look at that, short sword plus 6. That's actually really good. I guess we'll identify this sword, too. A plain long sword. Not a bad item, though. That uses up all of our cash. So... 23 to 40 times 3. Accuracy 4, dodge 1, def 2. It has a -2 agility? Huh, interesting. Temporary, I assume. So here's one more thing. Weapons, some weapons can be equipped as a main weapon or as a sub-weapon. So you can like have a weapon and a shield, or you can have two weapons. Dual wielding is a thing. Dual wielding is not good for classes except for the samurai, though. So you'll want to use it sparingly for characters that haven't graduated to samurai land. Alright, let's sell some crap. Yeah, it's really too bad that you can't sell stuff that's unidentified. That's a hard staff, which increases luck. Ah, it's a dagger +1. That's actually worth trading over to Damon, I think. Yeah. Main. Alright, that's it for now. We already did that. Oh, I wanted to show one thing off, actually. And that's this album. So, it has a bestiary. And the cool thing is that it'll tell you, for a given level, what kind of hit points the enemy might have, and what kind of attack it might have. But what you can do is you can choose the level to get a good idea of like how difficult the enemy at a given level might be. And so a level 1 vampire bat has between 2 and 15 hit points and an attack power of 1 to 10, but a level 7 bat has 8 to 72 hit points and an attack between 2 and 16. And it even increases in defense too. So that is a handy little tool to see how enemies scale with difficulty in the game. Then we've got our battle history. We've killed a lot of specters. And then you've got your item collection. There's a decent number of items in the game to play around with, so, you know, enough to keep a cynical old Wizardry fan happy for a little while. And I think that with that, we will call it for tonight. So we'll save up, and we will call it, and see you next time. So Friday, we'll be playing MechWarrior 5. On Monday, we'll be back to Breath of Fire for the Super Nintendo, and we'll play some more of this on Wednesday. And what I might do is I might grind a little bit. You know, not expand the areas that I've explored, but just kind of grind a little bit and get some money or experience. Because this game is a pretty long game, and it'll take a lot longer if we try to play it all on stream. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, have a good week, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for chatting, and I'll see you next time.